Very good morning to you. This is 90.4 FM Radio Sultanate of Oman. Time for us to catch up with our guest, Stefano Virgilli, General Manager of Al Majara Business Development, VoxLab International. He represents VoxLab. And, of course, he's a communications consultant. Visual communications is what we're going to look into because today it's a world of entrepreneurs, and that's the direction Oman is taking. And today entrepreneurs have lots that is working for them. The marketplace is changing, according to Stefano, and he's going to share it with us and give it to you, actually. Welcome to our studios.
Thank you so much.
Good morning to you. And this world is changing tremendously because how you market it is so different today with the technology that's available.
Definitely. And also many things are happening in the traditional education and in the job market as well. We are used to see certain standards in terms of education, so we receive curriculum that more and more they look one alike to the other. And the more people get to reach a higher level of education, and the more the curriculum and the more the saturation of the job market will look the same in a certain way. So those who really stand out are those that are able to communicate differently, those that are able to, for instance, to embrace social intelligence and communicate in a different way, in an intelligent way.
Social intelligence, we'll get into that in a few seconds. But actually, Stefano, I was reading it somewhere that this generation, or the way things are changing, today's illiteracy rate would be judged on how much a person doesn't adapt with technology. If you do not continuously grow with technology, you could be really cut off from the careers and the rest of the world.
That's absolutely true. In my family, for instance, I've seen my father retiring just when computers were coming out, and for him it was not a problem at all, and had been cut out completely from the technology. But other people that were perhaps in the 40s when the computer started invading the business in general, if they didn't jump on board of that wave, they might have found themselves now in a difficult position. But those who have jumped on board, I have seen also very successful people maybe at the end of their careers now that can master technology as well. What happened in the new generation is that they follow the standard education path, and perhaps they sign up for a degree, and perhaps they sign up for a 4-year degree, and in 4 years things change so much.
Fast, yeah.
So sometimes they finish the study program and they realize that what they've learned at the university is no more contemporary. It happened to me as well. I studied business when in the 90s, just before computers started being popular, and I realized that after 5 years of business, without computers, everything changed again.
So what did you do? Adapted yourself very quickly, went back to see what IT could do in the business world?
Now I've been in this industry for 15 years, and every morning still, every single morning, I have to update myself. I have to read about what's new, what's going on, what are the new things on the market, and make sure that I never behind. Actually, I'm trying to predict what will happen next. And the past few predictions that I've done were actually quite accurate.
Really? So we'll go into predictions of technology as well. Now, the lifestyle has changed so much. The banking has entered the field of mobile banking, and today, if the person, like you said, the generations who did not participate in the computer development or the web or the internet world, they don't have much of a choice because people book tickets today, they shop on the net. So there is, in a while, they're going to feel the problems, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Not only in the private sector, I think also in the government.
Yeah,
that's why I know
with e-government, yes.
It's very interesting to see Oman pushing so much towards e-governance now with e-Oman. But at the same time, even small business, SME, are encouraged to keep pushing to get something new. I come from Italy, and as you know, Italy had a lot of excellences in the 80s, in the 90s. We were excellent in fashion, excellent in engines, excellent in shoemaking. But now everything has changed because many of our industry, they were not able to cope with the new technologies. They basically kept their product as it was. They never implemented new technologies within their workflow, or perhaps they didn't innovate the product enough to make it appealing globally. And that's the main challenge. Even small and medium enterprises, sometimes they think they are doing very well, and they they think of what they've done so far, they don't think of what they will do next. Whereas the ideal scenario is to always portray 5 years down the road and see what will be happening by then and what they will be doing together with the technology.
Oh, wow, that's nice. Now let's move on to what you just said, social intelligence. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, there are a few definitions for what is social. Many people refer to social media. When I hear social media, I feel there is a strong hinting to technology because it uses the word media. So it says social media. Basically, if you talk about social media, you can't get out of Facebook. You can't get out of Twitter. Social media involves
all of them. Yeah.
All of them. When you talk about social intelligence, it's at one step before because it decides whether you are going to use Facebook or Twitter. Certain companies, they don't simply need Facebook or Twitter. I always like to remind that Apple, for instance, they don't have a Facebook page, they don't have a Twitter handler, but still they are very successful.
Yes. So what does that imply?
Implies that you have to
be a strong brand to dictate what you want.
You have to understand whether your clients really want to read about your commercial promotion. A lot of small and medium enterprises, they think that Facebook is just a free way to advertising. But in fact, it's not really that way. If you think even about your motivation, why you created your own Facebook account, was it to read about marketing proposal or promotions, or was it because you wanted to keep in contact with your friends? So that's the social component of social intelligence. The media part is another thing. Some other people refer to social networking. So there's social networking, social media, they both hinting to either business or technology. Whether when we talk about social intelligence is at a higher status, basically, where it involves human relation. You can use social intelligence for customer service. You can use social relation for HR. You can use social intelligence even to decide to step out of social intelligence. Many companies, they run on Facebook just because their competitor, they are on Facebook. Or maybe they see that everyone has a Twitter account, they also want to have a Twitter account. And then they don't have internal resources to handle it. And they ended up with not very successful Facebook page, not very successful Twitter account. Maybe they don't have anyone following the Twitter account within the company and without the company. So they end up with accounts that are just dormant, not active. And some other people, they think that it's good to take all the content they have on their website and put it on the Facebook page. And that is also probably not the best approach because it's just a redundancy of information. The ideal scenario is to really understand what your community wants, build a strong community on your Facebook page, and hope that this community in the long run, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, they will be able to follow you within your products, within your projects, within your launches and services.
Okay.